All right, hi guys, this is David here from Suavely Markets. Super excited to join you for this session that pretty much helps you get started with your journey in Forex. So let's get started. Alrighty, so with Suavely Markets, your partner to financial freedom. All right, so here's where your Forex journey begins. As you probably already know, this is Suavely Markets Early Trading School, and this is useful for anyone who's never had any experience whatsoever in Forex, never traded before. This is a great foundational resource that helps you get a solid grasp on everything that you need to kickstart either an individual trading career or a trading career that leads you to actually trading funds for other people. All right. Okay, so this is the first model, which is which we like to term the model 0, which pretty much covers how you getting set to learn Forex. As we've got it from experience teaching a lot of different students, it's always pretty interesting to note how varied the reasons why different students approach the FX markets to learn, and some of the reasons that people commonly come to the FX markets to learn is perhaps maybe to buy a dream car, perhaps to raise a specific capital, to create a side income, maybe to quit a job that you don't really like, or to learn a lifelong skill that can help to constantly earn, and another thing, to get rich in dollars. Now, there are a lot of different reasons, and of course that's dependent on the individual and the state of mind and the amount of information that's available to the individual. But we would like to sound a very critical note of caution here, that it's very critical, irrespective of what you've heard or what your ideas are, to culture proper expectations. All right. Now, obviously, you're here because you know that money can be made from Forex, which we term reward. But it's also important to note that there's risk in trading. And while you can make a lot of money, risk always goes with reward. And the high risk trading strategies allow you to make a lot quickly, but you can also suffer losses too. It's always better to trade in a way to grow your account slowly but steadily. That's really the type of trader we're hoping to get you to become through our courses here at Suavely Markets. So with that being said, let's get started looking at what trading devices you can use. So trading devices, you can use your mobile phone, or mobile devices. One of the advantages of the mobile device is that it provides mobility and flexibility. It's got slightly fewer features and support. However, it allows you to execute trade execution and exit on the go. Another device that you can use is your tablet type devices that also allow for mobility and flexibility. Allows for more features than the mobile devices, and it also has a multi-screen and larger display. Lastly, you could use a full-fledged personal computer. And one of the advantages of the personal computer, if you're using it to trade, is that it's got a full range of features and support. It's got multi-screen, larger display. However, one of the drawbacks is it's less suitable for on-the-go trading, because obviously, it'd be a little difficult to move a laptop or full laptop or PC about. Alrighty, so Here's a little interesting anecdote that we usually get started with, which we'd like to call the magic hands analogy. All right. So you think about the skill of trading and think about it in terms of like with the skill of trading, you can have magic hands. Yeah. So we got the little hands, there, and you can lay your hands on any money and it will increase over time. So you can see here a coin, and when you lay your hands on it, voila, it increases to multiple of its existing value. However, here's the caution. If you don't follow the rules, your magic hands will actually shrink the money instead and lose it. All right, so this is what we call the magic hands analogy. So it's like you got a superpower that allows you to increase a capital, but if you don't follow the right rules, you will instead shrink even the startup capital that you have, which pretty much summarizes what trading is about, and it helps us to get in the right frame of mind to get started with learning trading. So here's a summary for new traders. All right, avoid greedy expectations. It's very important to avoid greedy expectations. Think about trading just as you would think about any other type of business. Any business that's going to be successful requires that you put in the work to learn about it, understand the peculiarities of the business, and just be willing to do the due diligence that's required to grow capital steadily. So from the very get-go, you should focus on documentation. So make a journal of your trades, even on your demo account. We're going to get started later on in the next module or subsequent modules about what the demo account really is about and how you can get started with it. So practice as often as you can. Small periods daily, if you may, will go a long way into helping you develop into the type of trader that can consistently make profits of the market. So you think of your account terms. This is the last one. I think this is very critical. So you think of your account growth in terms of percentages and not necessarily money. So one of the things that I've realized, having trained a lot of people over the years, is a lot of people, first thing they ask is, how much did you make in trading? And whilst that's a very convenient question to ask for people who are new, one of the things that we've realized is that that's often a very misleading question, because a person could make $100 and that will be, say, 1% of his account if the original account size, an example, were, say, $10,000, or I don't know if I got the maths right with that, but what that would mean is that someone who makes $100 and has got an existing capital of, say, $100 would have made 100%. So you don't think necessarily in terms of the money, you think in terms of the percentage growth. And why this is very critical is it helps you mentally understand what your growth is as well as manage risk. So you don't think about growth in terms of, I've just made $100, because that could be misleading. So you can set goals in terms of growth, percentage growth, whilst understanding that habitually increasing the percentages that you expect to have could also consequently affect the risk on the account. So I think a healthy balance of risk and reward is what makes for successful traders. Alrighty, so one of the things we try to do with the courses is to keep it really short. We recognize that attention span is very short, so we try to keep it short. So this is actually the end of Module 0, and we're out of our class quiz right now. So let's look at this. Think about this. Now, we've got some options here, and here's the question. Which of the following is the most valid objective for pro trading? So we've got options here. The first one is A, to buy a Mercedes before the end of the year. That's one. B, to raise money to pay for your school children's school fees. C, to make $500 per day. And D, to take risk-adjusted trading opportunities to generate a side income. So the question here is, which of the following is the most valid objective for pro trading? So you can send your answers to, we're going to show you very shortly, but take the second question first. I'm ponder on the first and take the second. Which of these trading devices should a bank employee best have? Now, this is an interesting question because it helps you think about, the time that the mode of trading, considering, the lifestyle and the work life of the individual, because, what devices you trade with, should, as much as possible, reflect your own realities in terms of your life. So the options here, which of these trading devices should a bank employee best have? The first option is A, a mobile phone only, B, a laptop only, C, a mobile phone and laptop, and D, a mobile and tablet only. Alrighty, so you can follow this link to ask questions about what you've learned, and you can also submit your answers at this particular link. Just type bit.ly/steadily chat and always state the course and the model, and we will provide you momentary responses. So that's the end of this module. It's the end of module 0. Thank you for listening, and we will proceed to subsequent modules very shortly.